Hello everyone, welcome back to the 3D Mechanical Design channel. In today's video, we're working through Certified SOLIDWORKS Associate Practice Level 17, specifically Task 17.2. This level focuses on assembly tools like move, rotate, collision detection, and interference detection. For this task, we're using MMGS units, and the main goal is to analyze interference between components. According to the hints, we'll need to identify and evaluate interference, create proper O-ring seating conditions, verify that the interference volume equals 2.63 millimeters cubic. Confirm the total volume is 14,623.1 millimeters cubic. Let's start by opening the assembly called Water Filter Compartment Assembly. Inside, we have two components: the water filter, the water filter line connector. To make things easier to visualize, I'll change the color of the connector. Let's set it to orange so it clearly stands out from the main body. This will help us better see contact areas and potential interference regions as we continue. Alright, now that everything is set up, let's move on to the analysis. Now let's jump into the analysis. Go to the Evaluate tab and select Interference Detection. Once the dialog box opens, click Calculate. Right away, SOLIDWORKS shows us a results window. In this case, we have 4 interference regions detected. On the model, these areas are highlighted in red, which makes it easy to visually identify where components are overlapping. To improve visibility, you can enable the option Make Interfering Parts Transparent. This helps you clearly see the overlapping geometry without obstruction. Now, if you click on each interaction result in the list, SOLIDWORKS will display all 4 results. To better understand what's going on internally, let's create a section view. Once we cut through the model, it becomes clear that we have 4 circular interference regions, essentially where the O-ring seating is not properly defined. So at this point, it's obvious that some geometry needs to be adjusted. Next, we'll modify the water filter line connector. Here's an important detail. After carefully checking the dimensions, I found that the 2 millimeters value stated is actually inaccurate. The correct dimension should be 1.5 millimeters. It looks like the original value was rounded. Alright, let's go ahead and open the water filter line connector part and fix the model. Now let's fix the geometry inside the part. Start by selecting the front plane and opening a new sketch. First, draw a centerline aligned with the axis of the left hole. This will be our reference for the revolved cut. From that centerline, sketch 2 horizontal lines. According to the drawing, set their dimensions to 3 millimeters and 10 millimeters. Then apply an equal relation so both sides stay consistent and symmetric. Next, at the leftmost ends of those lines, create center rectangles. These will define the groove for the O-ring seating. Make sure both rectangles are equal as well. Now apply the remaining dimensions. 6 mm for the horizontal lines. 1 mm for the rectangle width. And 1.5 mm for the height. At this point, your sketch should be fully defined, which is always a good checkpoint before moving forward. Now use the Revolved Cut feature, revolving around the center line. This will create the proper circular groove geometry. Once the left side is complete, we don't need to rebuild everything again. Simply use the mirror feature about the right plane to replicate the same geometry on the opposite side. And just like that, the part update is done. Now let's go back to the assembly and verify the result. Open Interference Detection again under the Evaluate tab and click Calculate. This time, we get an interference value of 2.6 millimeters cubic, which matches the expected result from the drawing. That confirms the correction is accurate and the O-ring seating is now properly defined. Now let's finish this by verifying the final result. Go ahead and open the water filter line connector part again. Then navigate to Evaluate Mass Properties to check the volume of the updated model. After recalculating, we can see the volume is 14,623.1 cubic mm, which perfectly matches the value given in the drawing. That confirms everything is correct, and the task is fully completed. If you found this walkthrough helpful, feel free to like the video and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow. I post new videos every week, so make sure to subscribe and stay up to date with more CSWP practice and SOLIDWORKS tips.